Thank you very much, Cathaoirligh. Minister, as you are aware, there's a cohort of people who have reached pension age or about to reach pension age and have been paying their insurance contributions towards a contributory pension. Now they find that due to the fact that their insurance record was broken while they were in receipt of Farm Assist, that they are now only entitled to a reduced contributory pension. I believe that this is a small cohort of people, and I'm very anxious that those people who had to go on Farm Assist because of reduced farm income, that for the periods that they were in receipt of Farm Assist, that they should be given due recognition with contributions credited to their insurance record to ensure that they are not all deprived of full contributory pension. Thank you, Cathaoirligh.
Thanks. Deputy Minister.
Thank you, and thank you, Deputy, for raising this matter. Currently, PRSI credited contributions or credits are awarded to former employees only to cover gaps in social insurance where they are not in a position to pay PRSI contributions, for example, during periods of unemployment or illness. Self-employed workers do not qualify for credits as one social insurance payment per annum provides the full 52 contributions for that year. The Farm Assist scheme was introduced in 1999 to provide income support for low-income farmers. It replaced the former smallholders unemployment assistance payment. In line with the then existing arrangements for unemployment assistance, including smallholders unemployment assistance and pre-retirement allowance, the non-welfare income of Farm Assist recipients was exempt from the payment of Class S PRSI for self-employed workers. Recipients of Farm Assist who had previously paid Class S social insurance contributions had the option of paying voluntary contributions to maintain their social insurance record, provided they satisfied the qualifying conditions to do so. Since the 1st of January 2007, the exemption from Class S PRSI has been removed, and those self-employed persons receiving job seekers allowance or Farm Assist are subject to Class S PRSI as self-employed contributors on their self-employed income, provided their annual income is $5,000 or more. Any self-employed person, including farmers with an annual income of less than €5,000, can pay voluntary contributions to maintain their social insurance record for pensions purposes, once qualified to do so. A person aged 66 or over with the insufficient PRSI contributions to qualify for a full state pension contributory may claim a state pension non-contributory if they have an income need. The maximum weekly personal rate is €237, which is over 95% of the maximum state pension contributory rate. While it is means tested, there are very significant disregards which are to the benefit of claimants, and a significant majority of such pensioners are paid at the full rate. I hope this clarifies the matter for the Deputy.
Deputy Smith.
Thank you, Cathaoirligh. I thank the Minister for a reply. Minister, as you quite rightly point out, the Farm Assist scheme was introduced in 1999, and Deputy Éamon O'Keefe, who is here, and myself and some others would have been very strong advocates of changing the then smallholders farm assistance payment, because it was based on historical farm income. Farm Assist was quite rightly introduced to take account of present income circumstances, and as we know, there can be a very sudden change in farm income circumstances, maybe due to an outbreak of disease in a herd or sudden drop in international prices for commodity prices, and also weather-related events as well that can impact very severely on farm incomes. Minister, you mentioned about the change in the PRSI exemptions in 2007. I'm talking about the cohort of farmers between 1999 and 2007 who had a break in their insurance contribution due to availing of Farm Assist. They did not know that their record was broken, because people generally understood that if you went on to social welfare payment, that your insurance contribution was maintained. Now, I have spoken to accountants, predominantly the small-scale accountants whom you would know yourself, Minister, in our own two counties, and they said that in many instances farmers came to them when they reached pension age and they were horrified to learn that their insurance record was broken and they had not an entitlement to a full pension. I believe through my constituency work and in checking with other colleagues who deal with small-scale farm holders that there's only a small number of people, and I believe that they're being denied justice through not having the knowledge at the time, or they were never informed by the Department of Social Welfare or Revenue Commissioners that they needed to pay a contribution themselves during those times that they were in receipt of farm assistance. Thank you, Cathaoirleach.
Minister.
Thank you, Deputy Smith. And just to say, first of all, that the Farm Assist scheme is an absolutely essential scheme, and there are farmers who benefit from it, and they need it to put bread on the table, and I'm absolutely committed to that scheme as well. You're talking about a particular cohort of farmers from 1999 to 2007. And I take the point you're making, but obviously I'm fairly new into this job, but I would be very happy to sit down with you, Deputy, and try and find some resolution. As you say, it's not a huge amount of people, and I do absolutely agree with you that they didn't realise that they had to make these payments. In fact, I've had them myself in my office, and the story is they didn't actually have to pay any tax. So they didn't, maybe have an accountant help them put through these or send in these returns and make those contributions. And I do accept what you're saying. So, I think, Deputy, it'd be very useful that I meet with you, and we'll have a look
Minister.
at this with my officials.
Deputy, final word.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach, and I welcome the Minister's approach. And Minister, I'd be very glad with Deputy Eamon O'Keefe and myself to sit down with you and go through the particular lacuna in this legislation, if you want to call it that. And I genuinely believe that that small cohort of people, and this is a crunch time for them, because they're coming to pension age, those people, that cohort of people. So I would very welcome your approach, and hopefully we can make progress on this issue and ensure that these people are not denied their maximum pension contribution. As we know, they work very hard. In many instances, they had incomes below the living standard over many years due to no fault of their own, and they have worked very hard over the years and only availed of state assistance when absolutely necessary. And I have to say, many of them were shocked when they came to pension age and filling out the form to see that their insurance contribution records had been broken. Thank you, Cathaoirleach.
Thanks, Deputy. Now, the what was it? Question. Well, yeah. Do you want a final word, Minister?
Okay. Thank you, Deputy. And I'd be happy to sit down with yourself and Deputy O'Keefe to look at this matter to see can we find some resolution to those particular group of people. As I say, I'm new into the job, and sometimes decisions made in one area can have unintended consequences in others. But really, I do think we do need to sit down and go through it and see can we find something. So I'll arrange that meeting as soon as we can. So thank you for raising this matter, Deputy.